Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. gets his latest update, as it is a mutual decision tonight that B-Rob will sit out. He apparently said, okay, I'm going to sit out. You guys are looking to shop me. You guys are looking to trade me. And the team is going to list Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. as inactive, officially ending his tenure in Washington. If you didn't know what this meant, it meant that he is done. If you're not going to play, you're not going to stay. So make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are about 87 subscribers away from 2,000. Hit that notification bell as well. So Brian Robinson Jr. will be inactive tonight for Monday Night Football. He was listed Saturday as being able to play, and just recently we got the reports last night that the Commanders are looking to trade him, and his tenure is officially over. Now, he could either be released or cut. If they don't find any compensation, he's probably going to be cut. The dude is 26 years old in the last year of his rookie contract. He's not taking up much. He's not on the cap this year. He's not taking up much on the cap this year, so I would keep him around, but I haven't been at practice, and the guys that make these decisions are at practice every day, and they've seen enough. Robinson's stats last year were 187 carries, 799 yards, and 8 touchdowns, 4 yards on average. 4 yards on average is just simply not good enough, and he didn't rush for more than our quarterback, and they need a guy to do that. What this tells me is that Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt must be the real deal, and B-Rob gets hurt. B-Rob looks like a top 10 running back the first 5 weeks of every NFL season, and then he gets hurt and he falls down a cliff, and that's just the way it's been for him. That's the way it is for some guys. He got shot early on in his career, and it just hasn't been great. So the Commanders are done with him. I like the depth that we have at the running back position. I talked about it. Chris Rodriguez, right? A guy that can be on the practice squad or come up when you need him to. Jeremy McNichols, Austin Eckler, and now you have Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. So I'm fine with this move because I trust these guys that makes these decisions, but I don't think I would have done this because he's not taking much against the cap this year. If you can get a 6th or 7th round pick, for sure. If you get a 5th round pick, sure, but I don't know who's going to do that. 6th round pick, sure. 7th round pick, it make you think a little bit. But if you just want to cut him, you do save some money, but it just doesn't really benefit the team that much. So it is game day for the Washington Commanders tonight. I would have loved to see what B-Rob could have done tonight against a bad Bengals defense, and then also the season. I would have loved to see with a new O-line, just kind of new beginnings for B-Rob, what he could have done, because we thought no one was here to test him. No one was here to be the running back one, we thought, but I guess Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt, they have enough confidence in him. You can't be good in this league without a premier running back. You can't be. So they have to have a lot of confidence in this running back room without B-Rob. And I'm not saying B-Rob's a good running back, but he certainly was the kind of, I thought, the best veteran molded guy that we had, and he's not in their eyes. And they've been at every practice. Like I said, they've seen what we've seen. So this is really surprising, but as I said, this officially ends his time in Washington. I said, if you're not going to play, you're not going to stay. He's not. It's a mutual decision between the two sides. He's not going to play, so he's going to get traded or cut in the next few days. Really surprising. We all have to give Ben Standig a shout out. He said earlier on his podcast at benstanding.substack.com, he said, B-Rob's probably going to get cut. I don't see a way he stays on the roster with Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. Let's read what John Keim has to say. By the way, Mike Garafolo is the one that reported this news. He said, John Keim said, running back Brian Robinson will not play tonight. Was told earlier it would be a lot of Chris Rodriguez and Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt tonight. Robinson's future with Washington is definitely something to watch. I think Robinson's future is over, but he apparently John Keim was told that Chris Rodriguez and Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt will be getting most of the snaps tonight. I cannot wait to watch Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. He was great in that Patriots preseason game. I expect him to be great again. He looks really good so far. It's just a mutual agreement tonight. The two sides, they're not even giving him a chance, the Commanders. So I don't know if B-Rob threw the towel in and said, I'm not going to play, or, I would be looking to prove something if I was B-Rob. It's just really surprising to me that it's kind of going down this fast with Brian Robinson. He could be traded anytime now. I think that it's really weird. I think that you could you could let B-Rob do something tonight, let him have a chance, but I guess it's mutual, and so B-Rob said I'm done too, so he didn't feel like he had anything to prove. I would love to get a 6th or 7th round pick out of B-Rob. I would, but I don't know who's going to trade for him. I think the most realistic situation is a team has one of their players go down, one of their depth piece running backs go down, and then you can go get him. Like, even the Eagles could be a team, like sneaky team, to get B-Rob, and he could be like their running back 3 there. Even them. The Cowboys need a running back. The Giants need a running back. So the teams in our division are teams to watch. I just think even the Raiders, Ashton Genty's their starter. Like, you could use another guy in that room. I just think a lot of teams would have interest in B-Rob, especially if someone gets hurt on their team. So he's going to be going around. The Commanders apparently, as of last night, were shopping him. So they're seeing what they can get for B-Rob. They're showing him off to other teams. Can we get a 6th? Can we get a 7th? We don't have a 2nd or 4th round pick in this next year's draft. We have 5 draft picks this year. And so I would love to add an extra pick in any way that we can get it. And even if it's a 7th round pick, look who you got as a 7th round pick this year. You got Jacory Krosky-Merritt as a 7th round pick this year. And look what he's done. He's virtually kicked B-Rob off the roster. So I'd be fine with the 7th round pick, to be honest. And I'm not saying you're going to hit on every 7th round pick, but it'll be intriguing to watch Jacory Krosky-Merritt tonight. It'll be intriguing to watch even Austin Eckler. I think Austin Eckler might get some run tonight. So let me read you the inactives tonight, and you're going to add B-Rob to that list of inactives, and that's going to officially end his time with Washington. But let me get you the inactives for tonight. Marcus Mariota's inactive, Terry McLaurin, Noah Brown, Zach Ertz, Laramie Tunsil, Sam Cosmi, Brandon Coleman, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Jordan McGee, and Jonathan Jones. That's your inactive list, and Brian Robinson on the inactives. So, Austin Eckler is going to play tonight. I want to see Jaden for, I think, if the first drive's a 3 and out and it doesn't look good, which I don't think it will be, then I think I want to see him for a second. But if the first drive's a scoring drive, you go right down the field, get Jaden out, because he doesn't have Laramie Tunsil. He doesn't have Brandon Coleman. He doesn't have Sam Cosmi. So it could go bad if something happens there. So I'm excited for tonight. I'll be doing a watch party tonight. Make sure you pull up for that. But I just wanted to get the news out to you guys that B-Rob will not play tonight. And I think it's really bad for B-Rob. I don't know if another team's going to want him. They may be saying, just get out. Just get out. We're done. I don't know. But it seemed like we got a report earlier this morning saying that the Commanders were done with Brian Robinson since the Lions game last year. They had kind of been out on him. So I think that's definitely very true. I think they were out on him last year, and we've seen it with the Ron Rivera era guys. Like, they cut Emmanuel Forbes. They cut plenty of guys from the Ron Rivera era. I said Jamin Davis, Emmanuel Forbes. They traded John Ridgeway. They traded Jahan Dotson. So now everyone's reporting right now that he could be traded or cut. That is B-Rob. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, but that's all I got for right now. I will see you for the watch party tonight on the channel, and then a post game right after that. Hail to the Washington Commanders. As always, see you in the next one.